What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all let me know what questions y'all have though, man. Tonight we talking about how you could start wholesaling real estate. Even if you got a 9 to 5, you could do it while you got a 9 to 5. It doesn't matter. You can still go out here and get started wholesaling real estate. You can still, most people run into somebody in their life, throughout the year. They either know somebody's gonna sell a property or need to sell their property. That'd be the biggest thing. Know people who need to sell a property, but you don't even know how you could help them and process help you make money, right? And that's the biggest thing, man. Learning how to wholesale real estate doesn't mean you got to do this full time, but I got a I got a guy that I used to work with that he don't wholesale full time, but he's always looking out for people who's in a situation that need to sell. And every time he's here that somebody need to sell, or somebody looking to sell, or situation comes up with somebody, he always talk to them about it and solve their problem. Most time he comes to me, but hey, I got this person. They're looking to sell. They know to sell or whatever. How can we help them sell this property? So we end up doing a couple. He does a couple of deals every year, just because he's talking to people and connecting people, right? And I mean, he probably make an extra $20,000 a year, and he ain't even trying to wholesale full time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you got to be willing to go out there and talk to people, man. You got to keep your ear to the streets, right? If somebody looking to sell, man, we got the big dog Keith on there, man. We got to stop. Keith, what's going on, man? If somebody is looking to sell, you got to know, or you in your brain, you got to be thinking, man, that might be a wholesale deal. Let me get that over to, this guy that I see on social media that know what the heck he doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you right now, even if you're not looking to go wholesale full time, this is good information to know. It's good to know how you can help people who's looking to sell their property. And you can make 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, $200,000 on a wholesale deal, right? Anybody think $20,000 could change their life right about now? Keith on in the bit. Hey, when I know one per $20,000 ain't they gonna be dropping a bucket. you know, man, to the Godfather, $20,000 ain't gonna be nothing but a drop in the bucket. But I'm just saying, hey, I remember $20,000. You kidding me? like that used to be like a joke. Are you joking right now? You telling me I made 20 at one time? Oh man, I mean, come on. And in wholesaling, man, it's very doable. We got a deal closing on Friday. Yeah, we got a deal closing on Friday, 10K, just like that. Boom. You know, up. And it's probably gonna at least be like a 20K deal. So it's like, dude, these deals, boom, 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 they just, they come. They 10K here, 20K there, 50K here, might be 70K there. you know what I'm saying? You big time like Keith, 100K here, 200K there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, man, the deals get like that. You know what I'm saying? And real estate is like that. You know what I'm saying? A 10K deal is not that big of a deal. If I say I got a 10K deal, that's like, oh, okay. That's a okay. You got on base. That's a base hit. You made a layup. There ain't no 3-pointer. you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Keith, what you think, man? Am I tripping or what? 10K deal, it ain't no, it's a layup, man. It ain't no 3-pointer. They ain't need no free throw. You know, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the Godfather confirming, man. He definitely not lying. Hey, man, a 20K, a 10K deal is a layup, man. I ain't talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? You had a 20K deal. Okay, 20K deal. That's pretty good. You hit the ball downfield and got the first safe. You know, you ain't have to race the first. You just jogged over the first. You hit it outfield, jogged over the first. That's a 20K deal. Now you start getting up into the 30s. That's a double. You just got a double. You may have knocked somebody else in. You know what I'm saying? You hit the 50 to 70K deal. Now you done got all the way third base. Now to hit a home run, you got to hit a 100K deal. You got to get up there close to that 100. You hit a home run, like, man, you just knocked the ball out of the park. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, them the numbers that we talking about. You know what I'm saying? And we were negotiating this deal where we closing it on this Friday. A deal I've never seen the property. I've never seen the seller. I've never seen the buyer. You know, and dude, we getting the deal done. You know what I'm saying? All done from this desk where we put the seller under contract. The seller came in from a PPL provider, motivated sellers. So lead came in, boom, we called him, got on the phone with him. The deal didn't happen immediately. We ended up following up, ended up getting back on the phone with her. She said she ready to go. All right. Boom, we listed, we put on the contract. We put on the contract with the authority, with attorney in fact, so that we could list the property, right? We got an attorney in fact, so we can list the property. That's part of our agreement. And if you want that agreement, it's free inside of my school. If you go on IG, the link is in the bio. Go check it out. It's free stuff, man. I mean, good. I'm talking about, man, Keithon. Woo, woo. I mean, before I knew how to do this right here, how to do this, like list the properties and stuff like that, some of the stuff we need be a deal like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so we got an attorney in fact, so we can list his property. We end up listing the property, and we thought we was gonna get like a 30K deal on this, but then like, dang, it's property. You know what I'm saying? It's in a rough little town in South Georgia, but people, you know, as we went, you know, we let people see it, let people see it. The price just kept coming down. We kept lowering the price till we got to a point where we was able to, you know, I think we had a locked up at 45, and then we just kept lowering the price. We finally got somebody to come and pay 55, and now we're assigning it to them. You know what I'm saying? And when I say assign, that means we are giving up our position. So when we got the seller in the contract, that means we have the seller listed as a seller and we got us listed as the buyer, right? And then what we did was we took that agreement and we assigned our position in that agreement to somebody else, right? I think I'm gonna pull this up for y'all on the screen if you're on my YouTube or IG. My people on TikTok, you're not gonna be able to see this, but let me pull this up, man, so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Like I said, all this is free inside the school, man. If you are not inside my free school, then you need to jump in. If you're thinking about wholesaling real estate, you definitely need to jump in. Free resources, free course, free one-on-one talks with me. You know, come on, man. If you really talking about something, then you be there. But let me pull this up for y'all so y'all can kind of see what we talking about. Boom, pull that up and pull up this assignment so we can show y'all what's really going on here. Share. Keithon say I'm in there. Yeah, Keithon up in there. Keithon is up in there, man. Man, I'm getting them going, man. We're gonna teach it. We're gonna get 100 people in there, Keithon. 100 people. That's my goal, man. My goal is to get 100 people up in there, man. We gonna make some pushes, man. I'm determined to teach people how to get this done, man. I really want to hit more people, and teach them how to get started, man. I know interest rates starting to go back down. The real estate market been down for a little while. It's almost like Keithon. It's almost like before when people couldn't buy houses, nobody was moving, and all of a sudden people started buying houses again, and then the market got flooded. It seemed like a lot of people hadn't been buying houses or selling houses in these last few years. And when they get back to doing that, it's gonna get crazy, man. I think it really is gonna get crazy. Um, but hey, I'm pretty sure you would know way more than me. but anyways, so this agreement, if you see this, if you're on my G or my YouTube, or I think I'm on Facebook. Let me see. I don't even know if my Facebook group even got up in here or not. Let me see. Let me check on my Facebook group real quick. Do 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 do. All right. Yeah, this might. Yeah, my Facebook group. I don't think Facebook is. I don't think my Facebook group is in here yet. Yep. I don't know what's wrong with my Facebook settings, dude. My Facebook settings is tripping. They keep everything private. I don't know why it does that, but we're gonna keep moving though. Um, but yeah, so in this agreement, you see this agreement made, and we put the date right there, and then buy in between, and we put the seller name right there, and buyer name, and or signs. That's what gives you the ability to assign your position in this contract to a buyer, right? Now you can assign your position, because you have that in there, you can assign your position in the contract to a buyer, which is huge, right? That's make this contract what we call assignable, right? When you're able to assign a contract, you could take your position in the contract and you can give it to somebody else, right? Oh, and you're giving it now. But you're giving it to them for a fee. You're gonna charge them, and that's how wholesalers be making their money because they get a good contract. Let's say if it's a property worth $100,000, but the wholesaler got the seller to sell it to them for 25,000. It's like, dang, it's probably worth $100,000. They're gonna sell it for $25,000. I mean, well, the wholesaler got it for 25. They may tell the buyer, hey, look, I sell it to you for 35. Like, man, I get $100,000. You know what I'm saying? So they thinking, man, I got a really good deal. Even if I got to do a little work to it, I still got a really good deal. So so that's what the buyer is thinking. Even though he got to pay the wholesaler $10,000 fee, he still there's still value there. You see what I'm saying? There's still value. So they don't care. They paying $35,000. I don't care how much. I don't care. You make all 35 of the $1,000. It don't matter who the money go to, you or the seller. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it works. You assign your position in this agreement, right? Buyer and or signs to somebody else, right? Um, and then down here, descriptions, you just put the property address there, and then you put the price, put the earnest money deposit, and then you got the closing price, right? That means how much you're gonna have to bring to the closing table, and you ain't gonna have to bring none of this. The buyer is bringing the purchase price, the buyer is bringing the earnest money deposit, and the buyer is bringing the closing costs. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, you got to put it." No, you don't have to put it down your own earnest money, especially when you do it the way that I tell people to do it, which is you don't tell that person you're the buyer. Period. Ever. You know what I'm saying? You don't tell the seller that you're the buyer because unless you're buying it, you're not the buyer. You know what I'm saying? We tell the seller straight up, "Hey, we're a service provider to a network of investors, any one of which that purchase your property, right? So we let them know, hey, we're going to find the right buyer for your property. We let them know that straight up, so they know we not the buyer. They know we're gonna get a buyer to buy their property. So boom. So when we tell them, hey, look, we're gonna send an investor over to your property, they already know we doing that. You know what I'm saying? So there's no confusion there. So when we do assign it, they already know what the deal is. Oh, that's the person, that's the buyer that they said they was gonna find. Sure that my property gets sold. So we don't have no problem. That way, when we do find, oh, we got you a buyer in place, backing out during due diligence, it's like we could tell them, oh, the buyer got due diligence. He got 7 days due diligence. Oh, the buyer backed out. We're gonna find you another one. Oh, okay. It's like, we already told you what the deal is. You know, usually when you come in and you act like you're the buyer, you're nothing but one buyer. So when you go over there and you can't figure it out, it's like, oh, you don't know what to say. You got to start lying to them. You're lying to them to begin with to tell them that you're the buyer. You're lying to them again when you send somebody over there and tell them that they're the contractor or inspector or whatever. It's like, dude, you can just tell these people what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to explain to them wholesaling. You just tell them what you're doing, which is we're a service provider to a network of investors, any one of which could purchase your property, right? And we're providing the service to the investors as, providing them with properties, right? We're providing them with properties. So, and actually, on this assignment, I'm actually, Keith, you ever did a deal where you charged the buyer a fee at closing? Like it's not an assignment, but I got this deal where it's not an assignment. It's like a novation, but instead of charging the seller at closing, I'm charging the buyer at closing. It's like, this might even be better. So the seller don't see him being charged. Well, it's a cash deal, and I don't want to do a double close. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do a double close, hit me across the head. So I'm thinking charge the buyer a fee, which is like a property acquisitions fee, man, and it'd be a flat fee. What you think about that, Keith? Man, you still on here? Let me know what you think. Any experienced wholesalers, let me know what you think. Charging the buyer a property acquisitions fee at the closing table. Have you done it? Do you think that's going to be allowed, or you think, nah, they ain't gonna let you do that? What y'all think, man? Y'all tell me what y'all think. My group on IG, what's going on, man? I got elevator going up. What's up? What's the 3-pointer then? Oh, a 3-pointer. Shoot, a 3-pointer is like, once you get up, let's say close to that 30 ball, that's a 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? 30 ball, okay. 10K is a free throw. K is a good 2-pointer. Maybe you had to do, you had to go up under somebody, throw a layup up or something like that. Long range 2-pointer. You know what I'm saying? A little floaty over the defense, 2-pointer. You know what I'm saying? 3-pointer is that 30 ball. Bang! Hit you with a 30 ball. You know what I'm saying? That's the 3-pointer. The 3-pointer is the 30 ball, man. Come on, man. What King Call you say? Keep come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, that 30 ball is the 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you hit the 50s, you get up there in the 50s to 60s. Now you just shot that thing with Steph Curry, right? They're like, oh man, shoot for the logo. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You shoot for the logo. Now you hit that 100. That's you hit that 100 ball. That's just like Steph Curry shooting from the other side, back side of the court. He just threw one up, boom, it ended up going in. Every now and then, every blue moon that happens, and that's what happened in real estate. Every blue moon, you're gonna hit that 100K deal. It's gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? And but you can hit them 3-pointers, man. The 3-pointers, them 30 ball, 30 ball, 30 ball. Don't be afraid to take your free throws. Get your 10. Take your free throws. The 1 point, boom, hit the 1 point, boom. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And really, a lot of times, kind of like in basketball, a lot of times it's either a free throw or a 3-pointer. A free throw or a 3-pointer. A lot of times it be like that. They either squeeze the deal so far down it's like a 10K deal, or it's like it's such a good deal that it's a 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I don't even see stuff fall like in the middle as either on one side of that or the other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. Andrew, what's going on, man? Deborah, what's going on, Deborah? We got Trail in the house. Trail, Ghetto Boy 3. What up? What up? What up? What up? But yeah, man. So yeah, real estate. And then I'm gonna show y'all the assignment. So when we do assign the agreement, what does that look like? So I'm gonna show y'all what an assignment looks like. Let me pull up. Let me pull up assignment. Here it is. So here's the assignment agreement. The assignment agreement, and let me zoom in on this real quick. So this assignment agreement is the best assignment agreement I've ever seen. So, dude, if you got a better assignment agreement, you let me know. This assignment agreement is the best assignment agreement I've ever seen. So, dude, this assignment agreement, and a couple of reasons I like this assignment agreement. It never tells the buyer how much you're gonna make. it never it never tells the buyer how much you're gonna make. Because some buyer, even you shouldn't even deal with the buyer if they tripping on what you made. But anyways, it makes it easier when they don't know. You know what I'm saying? And what it does is it captures the true spread. So you ain't got to sit here and be thinking, oh dang, what's the spread? And then you mess around and the seller go down. You able to talk the seller down a little bit. You got to go and redo your assignment, or if you talk the buyer up a little bit, you got to redo it. Nope. In this assignment, you got the property. Well, right here is the assignor, which is you, the assignee, which is the end buyer, property address, the original property held in escrow, that's property address, the original property escrow. Escrow is the attorney's office. You write that right here. Assignee purchase price. So this is the end buyer purchase price. So let's say if hypothetically you got somebody in the contract at 100,000, you're gonna sell it to the buyer at 110. Then the purchase price for the buyer is gonna be 110. You see what I'm saying? And then this is when the closing is supposed to happen. So, if escrow fails to close on or before 5 p.m. of, let's say, December the 21st, right? Boom. All the purchase agreement immediately transfer back to you, the assignor, right? The assignee hereby agrees to deposit assignment earnest money of 3 times as much as your in the original agreement over here. So whatever you said you was going to give to the seller, you want to go back and make this buyer pay 2 to 3 times that to you. You see what I'm saying? That way, if the buyer back out, you walking away not with money. You see what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. All right. And boom, boom, boom. And you're gonna see down here. Here it is. Disbursement of funds, purchase contract earnest money, and assignment earnest money shall be as follows. The assignment fee will be calculated as the difference between sales price of the contract, right? The A to B contract between you and the seller, which is the assignment, right? The contract, which is the subject of the assignment, which is the A to B contract between you and the seller, and the amount of what is, which is 110, the assignee's purchase price. So the the assignment fee is going to be will be calculated as the difference between the sale price of the contract. So let's say your A to B contract was 100,000, right? And the assignee's purchase price is 110. So your fee is 10K, right? A lot of time people will write 10K on the assignment contract, right? Well, what if the buyer goes see the property again or something happens and the seller comes down? You're able to talk to him, the seller comes down. Let's say the seller come down 10,000. You able to talk them down, but the buyer was still good where they was. You see what I'm saying? Now it's like, oh dang, I had that buyer at 10K assignment. You know, man, I gotta go get the buyer to sign another paper for a 20K assignment. It's like, nope. This right here guarantees that you're going to get the spread. Whatever that spread is, you're getting the spread. You see what I'm saying? So the buyer will only have to sign if the buyer goes up. Seller only got to sign if the seller goes down. You see what I'm saying? So you always get the spread. So if the seller went down 10K, he was gonna sell it for 90, but the buyer was still good at 110. Now you getting a 20K spread. You ain't got to go back to the buyer and talk to him about nothing, and you're gonna get no more paperwork done. You see what I'm saying? Boom. So send me roof projects and I'll do 90% of the work and split it 50-50 profit. I don't know who this is, man. I don't do roofs. I know people who do roofs, but I don't do roofs. Yeah, I don't get you coming through dropping comments though. But I do not do roofs, even though I know some dudes that do roofs. Dev, what's going on, man? Dev, the man, the myth, the legend. Um, Deborah Thornton said, hi, Deborah, what's going on? But yeah, man. So just trying to break down these contracts right here, Dev. But yeah, man. So that's the purchase agreement and the assignment. That's how you get somebody in the contract, and that's how you, after you get them in the contract, you're gonna assign your position to somebody else for a fee. You see what I'm saying? And how do you find this buyer? Well, you need to list the property on the MLS. And if you use contract inside the school, it's going to come up with this agreement right here. And this shouldn't be there. Boom. So it's going to come up with this agreement, which is going to give you power to be the attorney in fact on, you know, act as attorney in fact in relation to this property, right? The seller is going to specifically authorize and give permission to the attorney in fact to list the property on all multiple listing services for the purpose of marketing and selling the property. This includes executing listing agreements, addendums, disclosures, and sales contracts and addendums. So now the seller is giving you authority to go market the property on the MLS, on Zillow, Redfin, Truly, all that stuff, and sell that mug. You know what I'm saying? So contracts, addendums, all that stuff. So that is the secret sauce. You're looking for the secret sauce in wholesaling. That's the secret sauce, man. You could do that. So you can go out here, anybody want to sell, you can put them under contract, you can list their property, you can get the best offer. And then after that, it's all about negotiating and making the numbers work. I'm telling you, man, this is the secret, right? It's a secret sauce, man. It's secret sauce. People, you know, you can make a whole bunch of money doing this, and you can miss out on a whole bunch of money not doing this. So I'm just saying, man, it's a this these days. You just got to, man. It's, you know, I say there's no other way around it, but it's better if you do it this way. It's a lot better if you do it this way. So, but yeah, man. So I just went and explained the contract, the assignment, how do you assign a property, and how do you get this property list on the MLS. So you can put this property in the contract, and then if you use our contract, you have the right to put it on the MLS. After you get ready to put MLS, you need to go to an agent that's willing to do this, or you can automatically do it if you go to a flat fee listing broker, right? And all you got to do is Google flat fee listing brokers. We use brokerless.com, right? That's what we use. Brokerless.com. That's what we use. Brokerless.com, and they will list the property for you, right? Boom, just like that. You pay them a flat fee of 150, and you're in there, right? Flat fee of 150, and you are in there. You're gonna list the property, and then work the work is answer the phone when people call, right? So you answer the phone when people call, and if nobody's calling at a certain price, you need to lower the price, right? And then make sure you get the seller a good offer, you know, and present the offer to the seller, right? Doesn't matter if it's less than what they want. If it's less than what they want, or offer that they got on the internet, right? Which is, you know, the best place they're gonna be able to find a buyer, right? So, but shoot, man, it's past 30 minutes, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through on a Sunday, right? On a Sunday, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through, man. I'll be back tomorrow for show. And man, we're gonna get some more in, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Dude, if you haven't already, go join my school. It's free. On my IG, it's the link in my bio. I'm gonna drop the link down here. If you haven't joined the school already, man, the free school, it is literally free. You can go check it out, go join. Yeah, man. Go put in your request to join, man, cause dude, all that stuff is in there. All the stuff we just went over tonight. Keaton say you got a good one. What you got, man? Keaton say you got a good one. What you got? Keaton, you got a good deal? What you got? You say you got a good one. But yeah, follow that link. It's a free school. Go in there. First thing you're gonna need to do is introduce yourself. You know, go ahead and post an introduction. You're gonna get access to a whole course that I had did, and it has screencasts on there, and it has all kind of resources on there to help you through that, and show you how to do a deal guaranteed. And what else is in there? My ebook is in there. Show you how to do the deal. And what else is in there? You're gonna be able to schedule a one-on-one call with me. I gotta put my calendar in there, but you're gonna be able to schedule a one-on-one call with me inside of the school. And there's one more thing I'm forgetting, but yeah, man, it's our resources. So it's gonna be a bunch of resources in there. Like I said, the calculators, all our templates, all that stuff is in there. So if you haven't went already, man, go join the school. Go join the school, man. It's free. And if you can't do that, man, I don't know what you're doing, wasting your time looking in the wholesaling, because you ain't really trying to do that. You ain't really trying to do something, man. You got to really be trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? You got to really be trying to do something. So, but man, appreciate everybody for coming through. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see y'all. Keep showing love. I appreciate y'all. You need something, y'all already know how to reach out, but I want to see every one of y'all inside of the school so I can teach you how to wholesale, change your life forever, and start doing some deals, man. But shoot, man, until tomorrow, I'll see y'all later. Peace out.